again, all commanded by real players. Now they managed to secure this forward landing zone. Stevie's going to use another of his command abilities. He tried to call on a UAV earlier, but now he's going to use an airstrike. He's going to call on a cluster bomb to clear the enemy off this wall and secure the point so his team can push forward and hit the heart of this facility. So obviously devastating strike. It's cleared the enemy off his position. Now his team has a few moments before the enemies respawn to secure that wall again. So they're going to push in and set a foothold to push into the heart of the base where they'll link up with all 4 platoons for the final assault on this objective. Now I do hope you're all who are taking notes because we're going to have this game running live on the show floor for the next 3 days with full 256 players. Come down there, pick up the control, and join the battle. I look forward to it. Thank you so much. Thanks, Andy. I know we're looking forward to MAG making its debut on PlayStation 3 this fall. So let's go. So let's go from massively multiplayer console gaming to our portable platform. When the PSP first came out 5 years ago, it was designed for portability and multimedia consumption. Over time, it became slimmer and lighter with a better LCD screen, and our content and services have continued to improve with it. We've added everything from applications like Skype and internet radio to nearly 400 PSP titles in North America alone, including many of the industry's most storied franchises. PlayStation Portable features blockbuster titles like Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron, Madden NFL 09, and of course, God of War Chains of Olympus. For gamers looking for a richer, deeper, and more engaging portable experience, the PSP has no equal. And last year, 15 million people came to the same conclusion, pushing our global installed base to more than 50 million units. Over the past 2 years, much of that growth has been fueled by content offerings we've bundled with PSP, and this year will be no different. At Destination PlayStation, we announced a variety of entertainment packs for PSP, including bundles with Rock Band Unplugged coming out next week. The City of Final Fantasy will be launching on August 25th, and we follow that up with Assassin's Creed Bloodlines coming out on November 10th. We also outlined some of our plans to expand PSP to reach to a younger, more diverse demographic, and further appeal to teen and tween girls. For starters, we're working with Disney to launch a Hannah Montana bundle, compete with a lilac-colored PSP this July. Woo! Just sold it to you right there, that's awesome. We're bringing a host of other content to PSP for this audience later this year, including Pets, Loco Roco 2, Patapon 2, and Rock Band. Not to mention a lot of great movie and TV content from partners like Disney and Nickelodeon. Not only do we have something for everyone from a content perspective, but when paired with PlayStation 3, PSP is in a class all its own, and it's a true game changer for the industry. To tell you more about this vision, I'd like to introduce the president of Sony's Network Products and Services Group, and the president and CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment, Kaz Sarai.
Thanks, Jack. I'm really excited to be back here on stage here at E3. I was part of the crowd last year, but I couldn't resist the temptation to be back on stage this year again. So it's a pleasure to be back on stage. So PlayStation grew from infancy to adolescence in the very heart of the digital era. And PlayStation's evolution is tracked precisely with, and obviously in many cases, helped lead the increasing comfort consumers have with digital technology. And 2 years ago, we sought to understand more about how consumers were using that digital technology. So naturally, we went on the road, visiting with publishers, developers, and gamers to ask how we could make the PSP better. And this feedback actually went right back to our engineering team and led to changes in the design and the features of the PSP. So it's my pleasure today to officially introduce the next step in the evolution of the PlayStation Portable. For those who live a more digital lifestyle or downloading content across the network, who no longer need or desire tangible media like UMDs, CDs, or DVDs in their homes or backpacks or in their briefcases. And I have it right here in my pocket. Here it is. We actually have a couple of names for this beautiful little device. First, we call it the worst kept secret of E3. And we call it PSP Go. PSP Go represents a new evolution of PSP, specifically designed for the digital lifestyle. And let me be very clear, the PSP Go will not replace the PSP 3000 or the UMD. And we will continue to support and market the PSP 3000 alongside the PSP Go. For users of digital content, it represents an object of desire as well as an object of functionality. It's got a great screen, the same great operating system, integrated Wi-Fi, and plays the same terrific games. But its size is really built for the digital consumer. In fact, the PSP Go is actually more than 50% smaller and 40% lighter than the original PSP 1000. So the PSP Go is designed for the digital lifestyle, offering 16 gigabytes of internal flash memory to store plenty of games, videos, music, and of course your photos. And you'll be able to download games and movies and other content from the free PlayStation Network using the PSP Go's built-in Wi-Fi. And as you can see, the PSP Go also has a slide-out feature for the controls, integrated Bluetooth technology, and a new memory stick micro media port, also known as M2, for adding even more memory to the system. And as Jack mentioned, 2009 will see more big franchise titles released on PSP than any other time in the history of the PSP platform. But we're also working to make the experience easier and more enjoyable. So for starters, today we're launching a new application used to access the PlayStation Store on the PC that makes it so much more easier to manage your content across your PC and your PSP. And it's called Media Go. Media Go has replaced the current version of the Media Manager and is now the application used to access the PlayStation Store directly from your PC. It makes content transfer of pictures and movies and music that much easier with really a much more intuitive interface. And clearly, the ability to consume all forms of media on the PSP is very crucial. And we have seen an increase in music usage on the PSP system recently, and in response, we're going to introduce a new application specific to the PSP. And this application is called SenseMe. So incorporating a 12-tone technology recognition system, SenseMe will analyze your music library to deliver a playlist based on the moods that you select. Launching on PSP and PSP Gold this fall, SenseMe really enhances the music experience so that you can easily enjoy the mood and the tracks to fit your mood and occasion. And this year, continuing the momentum that we built for content on PSP, we're going to also lower the price of the PSP toolkits. Specifically, as part of a longer-term program, it will be an 80% reduction in the cost of the tools, allowing more developers as well as individuals to put even more great content on the PSP.